You know what? It was really good. He played in front of over 2,000 people and won the city championship for the first time in 35 years. So we feel very, very fortunate to have the recruiting class that we have coming in. I think he's a kid that's going to be multi-dimensional. You know, it was really neat to see him and his teammates celebrate that moment for the entire city of Columbus. I thought it was a really great accomplishment for his team.
Situations at all?
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I think it kind of sums up the Horizon League this year. It's been very, very erratic games. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And it only is fitting to see the league crowned in the last two games. You know, you've got three teams that are still trying to win the league. You got a whole slew of teams that are trying to fight for position to not have to win four games. And put yourself in a position where you only have to win 3 games in 3 days. So I think Jamie pretty much summed it up. We know where we're at. We need some help to get fifth. If we can win the game, we got a real good chance at 6 to play on Sunday. I think it'd be really neat, Dana, for our fans, if they could both, see both teams in one day and not have to make, a longer trip. If they could all just come up there on Sunday and hopefully spend a few days in Detroit and root on both teams. I know John's team's playing really, really well. They've been fun to watch. I got a chance to watch them yesterday, and they just play the right way. They can all shoot. They pass it. So we're hoping they finish up strong as well.
What kind of adjustments does this team make going into Saturday's game?
Well, the last time we played them, we had a good lead on them, and we kind of stopped doing the things that got us to that point in the game. But it's senior night. All 4 seniors, have different paths to get to here to YSU. So it's going to be an exciting night, but I also think sometimes it's a little bit of nerve-wracking. But we're still playing for a lot. Believe it or not, if you can finish 5th, it's one of the higher places we've, finished here in a while. So we want to certainly just worry about ourselves. But we also know that, these 4 seniors, they've all had different paths. Ryan, came here from Walsh. Jalen obviously had a different background of getting here, and then Cam and Cisco. So we want to win for those guys and then get a little bit of momentum heading into the game, whether it's, which day we play up in Detroit. We'll get a few days off, and then you never know. I mean, if you look at what happened last year, the 10 seed was in the championship. So all bets are off with this tournament. Yeah, I think that's one of the things. That's a good point. I think that's one of the things that we've really tried to make a point of. I think our department's done a real nice job, whether it's through mail-outs, whether through social media. You obviously see the banner inside our gym. We wanted to make a point to really promote this tournament because I think not only our university, but I think the entire Horizon Leagues knows how important it is to have it at a venue like Little Caesars Arena. There's not too many mid-major conferences in the country that are playing in a billion-dollar arena, brand new arena that's in driving distance from most of the schools. So it's important that we sell those tickets to help this tournament continue to stay in Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Cleveland State. Yeah, I heard it's going to be a tremendous crowd. I think we got a lot of promotions. I think it's important for both the women and the men, for those seniors, regardless of the records for either team. All those seniors, on both teams, the men and the women, have put a lot into this university, not only in the sport that they're playing, but also in the academic side of things. All these kids are going to graduate, which that's number one. But, just the hours that they've logged, and I think that just speaks volumes for our fans. And I'm hoping it puts us in the top 4 in attendance because that's something certainly we're going to sell in recruiting. It's something that hasn't been done here in a while. So I think our attendance has been awesome. I think we're behind Wright State, Northern Kentucky. and one more. So if we can get 5,000 or 6,000 on Saturday, that's going to bump up that attendance and put us in a chance to be top 4 in the league, which to me, moving forward, shows you if you win, they'll come.
It's been a roller coaster season. Where's your team at right now? You feel they're on the upswing?
No, you can't be on the upswing, Dana, after you lost 2 in a row. We play great defense again. That's the scary part. Against Northern Kentucky, the first time we played them, we sped them up, played really fast. It was a track meet. We gave up 95. Well, yesterday we gave up 70. So that's a 25-point swing. And then, it's a 6-point game with 6 to go, and they go on an 18-2 or 18-5 run. And there's only so many timeouts you can call, Dana. But we had good looks. I mean, we missed 7 or 8 free throws. We missed 4 or 5 threes in a row that were 3 of them were in and out, 2 by Cam, 1 by Braun. John Brandon told me before the game, he said, "Coach, you're a lot better off than we were our first year." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "We won 5 games." And I said, "How did you get through that first year?" And he goes, "Small victories. Whether it was recruiting, whether it was a good day of practice, a good film study. We've been in every game." And I think the one thing that our identity has been these kids are playing a lot harder than they did when we first came in back in October. We've been in every game, really until the final 7 or 8 minutes of all these games. That's the thing that hurts. You hurt for your players because you wish they could have shot it just a little bit better yesterday. But sometimes the ball didn't go through. And I think we played against probably the best player in the league yesterday, or one of them, and Drew McDonald. He just torched us twice. And he was a difference again. He had 25 and 12. If he doesn't have that game, we held him to 32 points and a half. I mean, the defense was there. It just was your offense yesterday. You can't score 51. It actually took me back, Dana. I looked on the bus because we had such a long ride back. It was the second worst game I've ever been part of offensively. And the first was in 2008. It was West Virginia, Cincinnati. We scored 38 points against the Bearcats. It was the first time Hugs had seen the Bearcats. They came in, and we had 23 points at half, and we scored 15 or 16 in the second. And it was like a flashback, that game. I'm sitting there during the game, and you just feel for your guys because they're right there. The shots, literally, if you watch the game, the ball would go through the cylinder and pop out, and we just couldn't find the net. Sometimes you can't find the net. That's what it was yesterday. I mean, you can't hold a team to 70 and not come down to the final possession. It's crazy. We've seen it all this year, that's for sure.